Jim Hutchinson from the Fisherman magazine. They always told me I had a face for radio, so let's practice that. I am here with some very exciting news, and my friend Nick does not want to be on camera per se, but he's going to offer me a little bit of tackle advice on what's brand new from SaltX. Nick, show me what I can't wait to see in the 3000 and the 4000 series.
Gentlemen, ladies, anyone in between, I welcome you all. And we're here at ICAST 2023 to announce a brand new series of reels. SaltX, second generation, fully sealed surf reels, inshore sizing, offshore sizing, and anything in between. From a 3000 inshore sea trout reel, great for fluking, great for togging, great for porgies,
great for back-base stripers.
Absolutely, all the way up to the monster 22.5 ounce, 8,000 size reel that's competitive with many reels up to the 18,000 size light capacity. CNC machine, lots of titanium. I'm going to go into all the details and bore you to death. And we're about to go deep, guys. So these reels are built from the ground up.
Let me ask you a question, Nick.
Go
How
ahead.
are these? Are you going to show a little bit of why 2 is different from 1? Because folks love the SaltX.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. I'm going to go through over the major significant changes, what we're proud of most in this series of reels, and where we separate ourselves from the market. And I think I'm going to start off with one of the coolest parts about this entire reel, and it has to do with where spinning reels all across the entire industry fail the most, and that's at the one-way anti-reverse bearing. And we implemented a industry-first, fully sealed one-way bearing. You can see top, you can see bottom, integrated seals, redundant seals, because we have seals underneath the rotor on all the reels. You can see here underneath the rotor, fully sealed there at that location. The one-way clutch is separate, internal, and redundantly sealed. So that way, pressure changes as the shaft of the reel moves in and out of the gearbox. The air pressure changes are isolated and cannot affect the one-way clutch, preventing water from getting pulled in and sucked in, causing failure. One of the many unique innovations found in SaltX 2 that benefit the angler. They're not just there to put on in terms of marketing. So when I talk to service centers who work on every reel under the sun, every brand, I work with 15 individual service centers directly. I talk to the technicians virtually every single day. And when we talk, we're real geeks when it comes down to it. And we try to find ways to improve on things, and we finally did it. So the sealed clutch here is going to be found in all the products moving forward, 2023 and out. Very unique, market first. Next up, when you compare the SaltX 1 to SaltX 2, we spared no expense. We went hard in the paint, and we looked at what was missing or has become a scarcity over the years, is the use of titanium for abrasion resistance and protection at the spool lip. So we went titanium spool lip, full titanium bail, and titanium bail wire. And when you look at the package as a whole, when you have the weight savings of titanium at these locations, the corrosion resistance, the added bonus protection that titanium itself hasn't been seen in a spool, not even in coatings over the last 10 years it seems. And then you look at the price tag of the reel coming in at $399 for the small inshore size and $479 for the largest sizes. It really becomes a major value. You also have machine-cut stainless steel drive gears and pinion gears with 3-point support. You have support at the base of the pinion, support here at the lower bearing and at the top bearing. And whether this offers true support along the way, when you put the whole package together, it's rock solid. There's no rotor back play. There's no rotor lean at all. All these reels can withstand 20 to 50 pounds of drag without breaking a sweat. We have machined into the rotor here, a little skirt right up here. Helps keep line. When it's windy out, you reel up a boa slack. Again, I'm just going over all the details as I see them in front of the camera. This right here prevents line from going up underneath the skirt of the spool even further without the need to have any nylon bristles like on some of the long cast reels. And again, in no particular order, as I see it, this is our new bail making mechanism. Piston design, unique to the industry, fully sealed bail pivot, bail spring. O-ring sealed. You have a properly oriented, female side oriented down, so water and debris doesn't want to naturally fall up it, so it's inverted. And you have an O-ring seal all the way down here at the base. That's going to keep water from even getting in. It's going to prevent the buildup of mineral deposits and salt deposits as water evaporates. And you're not going to have any issues with corrosion inside the bail spring and failure. The only failure that's going to happen at the bail spring is due to just mechanical fatigue over the course of years. Easy peasy replacement. Single screw, comes out, backs out, pull it out, replace the spring, you're done. You don't have to go and dismantle the whole thing if you want to replace your bail spring that is fully sealed and protected from the elements. We have a ball bearing supported spool, although ball bearing supported spools don't necessarily mean they run smoother, they run more consistent. Since you have support at the top where the drag knob keys into the top of the spool, you also have a very fine tolerance down here that keeps the base of the spool planted, so that way there's no lean and wobble, and as the line gets pulled off under load, it pays out very evenly. Seals at the bottom to keep water from getting up, seals at the top of the spool, to protect the drag. Heavily greased. Grease doesn't necessarily need this. Is the way it came from the factory. Grease likes to hold sand. I like to remove any grease that might be exposed to the elements that may accumulate crud and debris and prevent it from easily being washed out. And again, nice polished edge that runs on the spool seal to make sure that the spool runs unhindered and trouble-free. And as we're looking at it, we got the rubber band on the spool, so it's braid ready. You don't have to use any backing at all, tie direct. Just do I don't know what kind of arbor knot you want to use. I use a uni arbor knot. Heavy duty rubber handle. No EVA, no aluminum, just a big slab of heavy rubber. It's resistant to temperature change. You're not going to get cold hand. You're not going to hold hands.
No,
unless you want. Hey, let's go hold some hands. You're not going to get cold hands. You're not going to suffer from the burrs left behind by banging your reel against the jetty and you have an aluminum handle knob. And it's not going to get shredded up like EVA does. Just a heavy, dampened feeling rubber handle. Tolerances that are as tight as on your highest end freshwater bass reels. There's no lean, no rock, just a secure grip, and the contouring paid special attention. I got small hands. Jim, it looks like he's got bigger hands. You want to hold hands and find out?
We can do that.
We'll do that later off camera.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pick whatever angle you want to hold the grip. You have certain grips out there that have different contours that force you into holding a grip. You get into a school of bluefish, and you're winching in bluefish for a half hour. Your arm's getting tired. You don't want to hold the reel out like this. Maybe you want to go like this. It's comfortable in any orientation, and it doesn't force you to choose one. Too many reels do that. I found that this is the happiest, best compromise. And while we're looking at the handle, see if we can get some up close. CNC cut machine aluminum handle, no stamping here. Heavy duty stainless fasteners, keyed into here. No collapsible handle. This is meant for durability and longevity and faulty-free performance in a saltwater environment. Extra strong. We got bushings on the handle. Bearings are just going to go bad. Sealing this all off is going to add too much resistance. You don't want the resistance in the handle knob of additional seal through here. And bushings here will allow water to flow in and flow out. Should have get in there in the first place. And to displace lubricant, you're not going to have that screech that you get with ball bearings as you do with bushings, right? And as long as the tolerances are good without any lean or wobble, you don't need ball bearings at the handle knob. Easy access, little pin down in here, this aluminum cap pops right out, you have a Phillips screw, you can unscrew it, pull the knob off and clean it. Should you get gooked up and gunked up. Serviceability is key when it comes down to high performance saltwater reels. And that's kind of where we were looking to go with this reel. Make the best, longest lasting reel in this price range.
I think that's what you said before. You were talking about some of the durability and what you're going to find over the years, and I think you will find this with a SaltX because it's years and years of value. And the really cool thing for us, and here we are on the floor of ICAST 2023 in Orlando, Florida, but these really, let's be honest, they've been designed for the Northeast by a bunch of guys who are from the Northeast.
Yep.
3,000, 4,000, on up to the tuna killers here. What do we got? The other sizes you've got up to, is that the 10,000?
This is the 8,000. It's tough to compare this to the other tuna reels on the market because it's 22 ounces, right? It's got a bigger capacity than a 14,000 from the Japanese brands, but it weighs less, significantly less, 5 ounces in some regards. They're cast aluminum with graphite composites. This all CNC machine aluminum, stainless steel gears. And even with the stainless steel machine cut face gear and pinion gear, we're still lighter than the guys that are using an aluminum drive gear. And you know, brass versus stainless in overall weight. We're stainless, some of the competitors are brass. We're still coming in at a lighter weight.
Remind me again, price points. We're running from the 3,000 is
starting at $400, going up to $479.
And we're going to see these SaltX 2 reels.
We're hoping
Fall of 23, just in time. Still got some good bluefin action, maybe.
Hey,
and
yeah.
We got the stripers.
Oh yeah.
So.
Hey, and if you got room on your memory card, I can keep going. I don't know if you can. So we're doing this. She's shotgunning the camera overhead. He's holding the camera. It's not on a tripod. It's not on a Manfrotto arm. So your arm's getting tired, or can you keep on going? Your feet, everybody's feet. We're at ICAST. It's the end of the day at ICAST.
You got to check these reels out. I got to thank Nick for being my tackle advisor here today in the Tsunami booth. And look for these SaltX reels coming soon to a tackle shop near you.